Welcome to the deep dive.
Yep.
Get ready, because we're about to embark on a fascinating journey into the heart of the 2026 FIFA World Cup.
It's going to be quite something.
Right. This isn't just another football tournament. It's shaping up to be a monumental event. 48 teams competing across three incredible countries, the USA, Canada, and Mexico.
Unprecedented, really.
Exactly. We've gathered a ton of information looking at the host cities, the inside track on grabbing tickets, and all the vibrant cultural stuff that awaits. So our mission for you today, basically cut through the noise, give you a clear, exciting path to understand this whole global spectacle, whether you're actually planning to go or just want to be in the know.
Yeah, absolutely. And for those of you who want to get the essentials, quickly and thoroughly, you're definitely in the right place.
Good.
We've sifted through the details to bring you the most important, the most intriguing bits of this World Cup adventure, trying to avoid, overwhelming you, aiming for those aha moments.
Okay, love it. Let's unpack this then. A 48-team World Cup. That's a pretty significant change, isn't it? What's the big deal there?
Oh, it is. It's a huge shift. And what's really fascinating is the potential ripple effect it could have across the entire tournament.
How so?
Well, by expanding to 48 teams, it's not just about more nations getting a shot, though that's great. It likely means we'll see a real shakeup in the competitive dynamics.
Oh, okay.
More teams could mean more opportunities for, upsets, might force even the traditional powerhouses to be a bit more careful in the group stage.
Right, keeps them on their toes.
Exactly. And it also gives a platform for emerging football nations to test themselves on the biggest stage. That could have long-term effects on global player development.
Interesting. And the fact that it's spread across the USA, Canada, and Mexico, that's completely new. Triple the host countries, triple the cultures. How does that change things for the fan experience?
Well, if you connect that to the bigger picture, this tri-nation hosting offers a truly unique dimension for fans. It really goes beyond just attending football matches.
Yeah.
It's basically an invitation to dive into three distinct cultural environments, each with its own heritage, its own traditions.
Okay.
Think about the logistics, maybe different languages, different food, customs. It adds a layer of complexity, sure.
Definitely.
But the potential for a profoundly diverse and enriching fan experience is just immense. This kind of cross-cultural sporting event could really set a new benchmark.
So for anyone thinking about going, when does all this action actually kick off? I know it's spread out.
Yeah, the kickoff dates really underline this continent-wide start. Mexico City gets the ball rolling first on July 11th, 2026.
Okay.
Then just a day later, June 12th, both Los Angeles and Toronto will host their opening matches.
Wow, simultaneous.
It's a simultaneous launch across North America, yeah.
Right.
Really highlights the scale of this thing.
Okay, so world-class football is obviously the main draw. But it sounds like this World Cup offers a much broader travel and cultural experience, too.
Precisely. And this brings up an important question for you, if you're considering being part of this. What kind of journey are you actually hoping for? Our sources really highlight the chance for a truly immersive cultural adventure right alongside the thrill of the games. Imagine combining top-tier football with exploring totally different cultural landscapes in one trip.
Okay, give me some specific examples. What could a fan's itinerary actually look like?
All right, picture this. You could be soaking up the electric atmosphere of a match in Mexico City, maybe grabbing some amazing authentic tacos al pastor.
Yes, please.
And then just a few days later, find yourself hiking amidst the stunning natural beauty of Vancouver's mountains.
Okay, quite the contrast.
Or maybe you catch a crucial knockout game in, say, New York City, that vibrant metropolis, and then top off your trip with a Broadway show.
Right.
The sheer variety of experiences on offer, all linked by this one global sporting event, it's pretty remarkable.
That sounds incredible. But I saw something like 7 million tickets are potentially in play. I'm guessing getting organized early is absolutely key.
Absolutely. Essential, really. The demand for tickets will be exceptionally high. So early planning isn't just advisable, it's, crucial. So
Step one.
your very first step, if you're even remotely interested in going, should be to register on FIFA's official platform, now.
Okay.
That gives you the best shot at getting ticket information and actually participating in the sales phases when they happen.
Got it.
And yeah, with the iconic stadiums like MetLife near New York and SoFi in LA hosting major matches, you can bet hotels nearby will fill up fast.
Makes sense. All right, let's dive into some of these host cities then. New York and New Jersey, that's where the final showdown is happening, right?
That's right. MetLife Stadium. Impressive capacity, 82,500 seats. That'll be the stage for the final match. And what's particularly interesting there is how it blends that big city energy with, accessibility. You've got VIP suite options for a premium experience.
Sure.
But also really convenient public transport links. You can be in the heart of Manhattan in about half an hour.
And I bet there'll be buzzing fan zones, too.
Yeah.
Especially in New York.
Oh, exactly. Times Square is expected to basically transform into this massive hub of fan activity, just pulsating with energy, even if you don't have a ticket for every single game.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about places to stay?
Well, you've got the whole spectrum, luxury like the Plaza, or more budget-friendly options over in Newark, which is still close.
Okay.
And for a real New York pregame ritual, you got to grab a pastrami on rye at Katz's Deli. It's maybe a short trip from the stadium area, but highly recommended.
Classic.
Plus, Times Square itself, easily reachable by transit. It's that quintessential New York experience right there. Food must try.
Yeah.
Definitely the pastrami sandwich.
Okay, East Coast covered. Let's head west. Sunny California, Los Angeles, and SoFi Stadium. That place looks seriously state-of-the-art.
It truly is. SoFi Stadium, a $5 billion architectural marvel, 70,000 seats. It just has this wow factor.
Yeah.
And what stands out is its connection to the entertainment world.
Yeah.
You might genuinely spot some famous faces in the VIP sections there. The tailgating scene around the stadium is also expected to be huge. And you're just like a short 15-minute drive from iconic Venice Beach.
Oh, wow.
So you get that fantastic contrast, urban energy, and then that laid-back coastal vibe.
Beach and football.
Yeah.
Sounds like a perfect California combo. What about lodging options in L.A.?
Well, for that Hollywood glamour, the Beverly Wilshire is legendary, but you can also find some really charming boutique hotels in, say, Culver City. Gives you more of a local feel, still convenient.
Okay.
And for a proper L.A. food experience. Trek down Leo's Tacos truck after a match. Some incredible street tacos. Perfect for celebrating a win or drowning your sorrows. Food must try. Street tacos, definitely.
Noted. Now let's journey south. Mexico City.
Sure.
Azteca Stadium.
Yeah.
That place is just steeped in football history.
Absolutely. Azteca is actually making history again. It'll be the first stadium ever to host the World Cup final for a third time.
Incredible.
It's a true cathedral of football, amazing legacy. And beyond the stadium itself, you've got this wealth of cultural experiences waiting, exploring the Teotihuacan pyramids.
Wow.
Or just soaking up the vibe and the traditional mariachi music in Plaza Garibaldi. It's fantastic.
So where should fans look to stay if they're heading to Mexico City for the Cup?
You've got luxurious options like the Four Seasons Mexico City. They do a great job incorporating local art, even Aztec motifs.
Nice.
But for those on a tighter budget, there are hostels in the historic Zocalo area. You can find beds for maybe $50 plus a night.
Good to know.
And a culinary must-try near the stadium's street-side elote, grilled corn on the cob with all sorts of toppings, quintessential Mexican street food.
Sounds great.
Teotihuacan, as I mentioned, it's about an hour's drive, but it's an unmissable historical site you can walk around. Food must try. Elote.
Okay, moving north again to Canada. Vancouver. BC Place Stadium. That retractable roof sounds like a bonus.
It definitely is. BC Place offers a fantastic atmosphere, 54,500 seats. And yeah, that adaptable roof means comfortable conditions, whatever the weather decides to do.
Smart.
What makes Vancouver so appealing, though, is its stunning natural setting. You've got the modern skyline against this backdrop of mountains, forests, the Pacific Ocean. It's really breathtaking.
Yeah, I've seen pictures. Beautiful. Where would you recommend fans look for accommodation there?
For luxury with amazing views, the Fairmont Pacific Rim is great. Has a rooftop pool only about half a mile from BC Place.
Okay.
The Pan Pacific Vancouver offers that direct waterfront access, and it's even closer, like easy walking distance to the stadium. Maybe 0.3 miles.
Convenient.
While you're there, definitely explore Stanley Park, wander through Granville Island Market. Vancouver's June weather is usually pleasant too, average around 68 Fahrenheit.
Sounds nice.
For a memorable meal, Blue Water Cafe is famous for its seafood. And if you have extra time, a day trip up to Whistler is highly recommended.
Okay, next up, Seattle and Lumen Field. I hear the atmosphere there can be pretty electric.
It really can. Nearly 69,000 capacity. And Lumen Field's open-air design just seems to amplify the crowd noise.
Cool.
What's super convenient for fans is the direct light rail connection right to the stadium. Makes getting there easy.
Good planning.
For the pregame vibe, you can dive into Seattle's great craft beer scene. Places like Elysian Fields Brewery are right there. Or join the tailgates in the historic Pioneer Square district. Might find local treats like grilled salmon, Washington IPAs.
Sounds delicious. What about things to do in Seattle after the matches? Any must-dos?
A definite must-see is Pike Place Market. It's just a pleasant, maybe 15-minute walk from the stadium.
Oh yeah, the fish throwing place?
Exactly. See the fish throwing, sample fresh local produce, try their famous clam chowder. That's a whole experience. For accommodation, the Four Seasons Seattle is up there, luxurious rooms, stunning rooftop infinity pool. And a ferry ride over to Bainbridge Island gives you these amazing skyline views.
Let's head south again, to the Bay Area, San Francisco area, Levi Stadium. I understand they have a pretty impressive video screen.
They certainly do. Levi Stadium boasts this massive 13,000 square foot video board, one of the biggest anywhere. You won't miss a second of the action.
Wow.
What's kind of unique there is the tech integration. You might even find VR exhibits or robotics demos inside the stadium concourses.
Interesting. How's getting there?
Getting to Levi's from downtown San Francisco takes about 90 minutes using the BART public transit system, so factor that in.
Okay, good tip. Any other insider advice for Levi Stadium and the San Francisco area?
Well, tailgating is allowed, but keep in mind, open flames are usually a no-go. Parking at the stadium can be pricey, like $75 or more. So using ride shares is probably a smart move. Beyond football, definitely book an Alcatraz tour way in advance. Explore Napa Valley wineries if that's your thing. Or maybe a fine dining experience like Morad.
Lots to do.
Yeah, and the historic Cable Car Museum or scenic Baker Beach are also worth checking out.
Our final North American stop takes us back to Mexico, Guadalajara, and Estadio Akron. I hear the city has a really rich cultural heritage.
It absolutely does. Estadio Akron will host almost 50,000 passionate fans, sure, but Guadalajara itself is just a cultural heartland in Mexico.
So what's a must-do there culturally?
Highly recommended. A tour of a tequila distillery in the nearby town of Tequila. It's about a 40-minute drive, and definitely go for a guided tour. It's worth it.
Sounds fun.
Back in Guadalajara, the Hotel Demetria in the trendy Lafayette Arts District is a great place to stay. Don't miss the vibrant Tlacopac market or the lively mariachi shows at El Parian.
Mariachi, nice.
And for something really unique and local, try catching a lucha libre wrestling match at Arena Coliseo.
Awesome. And, of course, we can't forget the food scene in Guadalajara.
Absolutely not. You must try the birria tacos. Birreria Las Americas is a well-regarded spot, though it's a bit outside the center.
Okay.
Closer to the stadium, Tacos Don Jose does these delicious tacos with a really flavorful, spicy consommé.
Yum.
One important thing for visitors to Guadalajara, though, the altitude. It's over 5,000 feet.
Oh, right.
So staying well hydrated is really crucial. Don't underestimate it.
Good advice. Okay, we've got a great sense of these incredible locations now. Let's switch gears slightly, talk about the football itself. What kinds of matches should we as fans be particularly looking to attend?
Right. The tournament structure offers a really diverse range of experiences depending on what you're after. The group stage, running from June 11th to July 27th, that's where you get nonstop action.
Yeah.
And those captivating underdog stories often unfold there. Keep an eye out for regional rivalries, too. USA versus Mexico, maybe Canada versus Jamaica. Those always have extra intensity. And interestingly, weekday group stage games can often be a bit more affordable and less crowded. So that's a great option if you're on a budget or prefer a slightly less, overwhelming atmosphere.
Good tip.
As one football analyst put it, something like, the group stage is where the unexpected happens. It's where future stars can emerge and smaller nations create unforgettable moments.
Sounds like the group stage is where you catch some real surprises then. What about when things move into the knockout rounds?
The knockout rounds. That's where the stakes just shoot up dramatically. It's single elimination, right? Win or go home.
Intense.
So every match is this high-pressure encounter, and the stadiums will just be packed with incredibly passionate fans. The atmosphere is electric.
Best place to sit for those?
For the best viewing experience during those crucial games, mid-level seats often offer a really good balance. You're close enough to feel the intensity, but high enough to get a clear view of the whole pitch, see the tactics playing out.
Makes sense. And then, of course, there's the ultimate match, the final at MetLife Stadium. I can only imagine the atmosphere and the price tag for those tickets.
Yeah, the final on July 19th at MetLife will undoubtedly be historic. Ticket prices, well, expect them to be at a premium, potentially upwards of $2,000, maybe even more for good seats. And it is absolutely vital. I can't stress this enough. Only buy tickets through FIFA's official platform. You really need to safeguard yourself against the very real risk of resale scams.
Right, crucial point.
While, sure, premium sideline seats might offer celebrity sightings, the upper decks will likely be the most accessible option for fans on, let's say, a tighter budget.
What if someone can't quite swing a ticket to a match itself? Are there still ways to soak up the World Cup buzz?
Oh, absolutely. Fan zones, they'll be set up in many of the host cities, broadcasting matches live on giant screens.
Ah, cool.
These areas usually have food vendors, live music, just a fantastic overall atmosphere. They provide a really vibrant World Cup experience, even without stepping inside the stadium.
Good to know.
Just be sure to arrive early. These fan zones are likely to be very popular.
Okay, you've given us a great breakdown of the different stages. Can you
Yeah.
give us a quick summary of what to expect ticket price-wise based on past tournaments, maybe?
Yeah, generally speaking, drawing from the last World Cup for the group stage, you were looking at an average range, maybe $200 to $500. That's often where you find those exciting underdog matches.
Okay.
For the knockout rounds, the average jumped to between, say, $600 and $1,200.
Huh?
Reflects the higher stakes, the drama.
Right.
And for the final, prices started at over $1,600 on average. So quite a jump.
Yeah.
Key takeaways. Weekdays can mean lower prices for group games. Mid-level seats offer a great balance for knockout matches. And always, always be super cautious of resale scams. Stick to official sources.
Okay, the big question for many then. How do we actually secure these highly sought-after tickets? What's the strategy?
Right. Getting World Cup tickets definitely requires a proactive approach and a bit of strategic timing. The most crucial first step, register on FIFA's official ticketing platform, like yesterday if possible.
Okay.
That's your primary source for all official ticket info and your gateway to actually participating in the sales phases.
Tell us a bit more about FIFA's ticket release process. It sounds like it can be a bit unpredictable.
It can feel that way. FIFA typically uses this multi-phase release system. The initial phase often involves a random selection draw, especially for the really high-demand matches.
So like a lottery.
Pretty much. You register your interest, cross your fingers, and hope you get selected. After that, there are usually first-come, first-served sales periods.
Oh, okay.
But you need to be ready to act fast then, because inventory can just vanish quickly.
I bet.
Team-specific packages might also pop up, letting you buy tickets for all your national teams' games in certain cities. And finally, there might be last-minute sales closer to the tournament itself.
Riskier, though.
Definitely riskier, yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes you can find more affordable options there if you're lucky.
What about the different types of tickets? I've heard about hospitality packages that offer more than just a seat.
Yes, exactly. You've got your general admission tickets. They give you that authentic stadium vibe, part of the crowd. Price-wise, maybe $200 up to $1,200 or so, depending on the match and stage.
Okay.
Then you have hospitality packages. They start at a higher price point, typically $1,000, going up to $5,000 or even more.
What do those include?
Usually premium seating with better views, access to exclusive lounges, catering services, maybe some drinks included.
Okay.
So hospitality is great if you're looking for a more luxurious, comfortable experience. General admission is perfect for fans who want to be right in the heart of that passionate stadium atmosphere.
Gotcha. Any key insider tips for maximizing our chances of actually getting tickets through these official channels?
Definitely. In that first random selection draw phase, you often only need to place a relatively small deposit, maybe around $200 in some past cases. Makes it more accessible to just enter the draw. And I know I sound like a broken record, steer clear of third-party resellers. Seriously. The risk of fake tickets is just extremely high. Always stick to FIFA's official website.
Right.
Also, keep an eye out for any city-specific ticket packages. They might bundle match tickets with local attractions, like you mentioned, maybe New York passes, including Broadway shows or something. Could be good value.
So for those adventurous fans planning to travel between, say, the U.S., Canada, and Mexico to catch multiple matches, what are some important things to keep in mind logistically?
Yeah, planning a multi-country football adventure definitely requires some extra foresight. For travel to the USA, make sure you understand the ICE requirements. That's the electronic system for travel authorization.
Yeah.
Apply at least 72 hours before you leave. Don't leave it till the last minute.
Good advice.
Average flight costs between the host cities could range maybe $200 to $400 one way. So research and compare options early. For Vancouver, Seattle, maybe consider the scenic train journey as an alternative to flying.
Oh, nice idea.
Be prepared for different climates, too. Pack versatile clothing. Layers are probably key. Download helpful travel apps like mobile passport control, could potentially speed up immigration at the airport. Use a credit card with no foreign transaction fees to save money.
Smart.
And definitely stay informed about any potential COVID-19 related travel rules that might still be lingering or pop up. Things can change.
True.
Finally, make sure you have essential emergency contacts, easily accessible numbers for your country's consulates, stadium helplines, that sort of thing, just in case.
Excellent tips. This has been such a comprehensive overview. Let's maybe wrap up with a quick FAQ to hit some of the most important takeaways again. First off, when and where exactly is the 2026 FIFA World Cup taking place?
Okay, so the tournament runs from June to July 2026. It's spread across 16 host cities in the USA, Canada, and Mexico. Think major hubs like New York, New Jersey, Los Angeles, Mexico City, Vancouver, Toronto.
Got it. And what's the single best way for our listeners to try and get their hands on tickets?
First and most important, register on the official FIFA website. That's where you'll get updates on ticket sales and be able to participate in the different release phases for both general admission and those hospitality packages.
Okay. If someone wants to combine the football with some really memorable cultural experiences, which host city would you maybe point them towards first?
Ooh, tough choice. But Guadalajara really stands out for that vibrant cultural scene, the tequila tours, the mariachi music. Mexico City is also fantastic, blending that deep history with such a palpable passion for football.
Nice. What's particularly special about attending the group stage matches, maybe beyond just the potentially lower ticket prices?
Well, the group stage is often where you see the most unpredictable, exciting underdog battles. Teams are fighting for their tournament lives right from the start.
Yeah.
There's also this unique energy because all the nations still have everything to play for, and sometimes those matches are in slightly smaller stadiums, which can create a more intimate, intense atmosphere.
Cool. And are there likely to be options for fans who want to experience multiple cities and matches through, like, organized packages?
Yes, almost certainly. Many travel agencies and tour operators will create bundled packages. They'll include match tickets in different host cities, maybe combining Vancouver, Seattle, and San Francisco, for example. It can simplify the planning if you want a multi-city trip.
This 2026 FIFA World Cup just sounds like a truly extraordinary event. I mean, an unparalleled chance to see top-tier international football against the backdrop of North America's diverse and vibrant cultures.
It truly is shaping up to be a unique occasion. And for you, our listener, maybe take a moment to think about what parts of this deep dive resonated most.
Yeah.
Was it the lure of the matches themselves, the idea of exploring these iconic cities, or maybe the chance to really immerse yourself in different cultural experiences? Perhaps this chat has sparked the beginning of your own plans, or just further research into making this incredible event part of your 2026.
And on that note, here's a final thought maybe to mull over. Given the groundbreaking nature of this World Cup, hosted collaboratively by 3 distinct nations, how might this unique format actually influence the future of international football tournaments? And maybe the way fans choose to travel and experience these huge global sporting events?
Yeah, it's definitely something to think about.
Well, thanks for joining us for this deep dive.